Hi everyone! So we're getting ready for senior photos today and we gotta have some coffee because we're up super early to get ready. And starting off with the eyes today, I am priming them, and all of the products that I use today will be listed below along with some of the links to a couple of the palettes I use because I was rushing and did not have time to show all of the products that I used in this video. So we're starting off with the eyes today, and I'm just taking a really nice brown matte eyeshadow and putting it in the crease and blending that out. Then I am going in with a shimmery champagne color from one of the palettes that I used, and I am applying this to my lid, and I took a Sigma, don't know the name of that brush, it'll be listed below, but I took a Sigma brush and I wet the brush with some of this e.l.f. primer water stuff or whatever I have, and I actually really like doing this because it makes the shadow pop more. And I just thought that this eye look was going to be beautiful for senior photos because I had the shimmer on the lid to make my eyes look more open and awake, and then I had the browns in the crease to kind of give it a more smokier and defined look to the eyes. I don't know, I was very happy with how the makeup turned out in my photos. So yeah, I'm just going to continue to build up this color. Then I'm taking a slightly darker brown and putting that more directly in the crease and not so like blended and diffused, more very opaque, and I really built this color up just to make it very defined. Now with this eye look, I did a lot of blending in the crease, and I would take the first lighter brown and just start going in and blending, and that's when I kind of started to bring the first brown up higher in the crease just so that it was seen better, if you get what I'm saying, just so that you could actually see it, and it blended out very perfectly. And again, I'm just impressed with this eye look. Then I wasn't really happy with the amount of brightness on the lid. I wanted it to be a lot brighter, so I went in and I took a different shimmery shade from the same palette, and I think it was more of like a goldy shade, and I just applied that right on top with the same technique with the brush, and I loved it. So I just continued to just keep on building up the shimmer and then going in and blending with more brown, then building up with the shimmer and going in and blending it out. And if you can't tell, I really love this look. I'm very proud of myself for this look. So yeah, that's all I really did. And then I went off camera and I applied false lashes and a little bit of eyeliner, but I'm not going to show that because again, I was rushing, and putting on false lashes on camera is extremely hard. So I'm gonna stop talking and let you just watch what I did. So now onto the face, and again, all the products that I used are listed below, and I just went ahead and applied foundation, and I was a bit self-tanned before the photos. I self-tanned a couple days before, so I did have to mix two different foundations just to make sure that it matched my neck and the rest of my body. And I just took my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush and just blended that in, blended my foundation into the skin, and made sure that it was really blended and really just flawless. Then I went in with concealer, and I actually ended up using 3 different concealers in this video. I know it sounds a little crazy, but the first concealer that I used matched my skin color, and it was just the NYX HD concealer, and I really loved this concealer. I use it on a daily basis, and I just used that to go over any of the main problem areas, and then I blended that out with a damp beauty blender just to make sure that there weren't any streaks or anything like that. It was just blended perfectly. Alright, and here I just went in with a stronger concealer, if you know what I mean by that. This was just the Physicians Formula concealer, and I just put that on the main breakouts. I used the NYX to cover up a few of my acne scars that I have, and then I went in with this concealer to cover up the active acne that I had on my skin that day, and let me just tell you, this was amazing. Then I went in with another NYX concealer that was a couple shades lighter than my actual skin tone, and I used this to highlight. I applied it underneath my eyes in a triangle formation like you see here, and then I put some around my mouth, my chin, and my forehead, and went in and blended that with a damp beauty blender as well, and this just created a very nice highlight, and I think it worked very nicely. Then after all of my concealers were blended in and everything was nice, I went in and set my face with a powder just so that my makeup didn't move throughout the day, because we did take photos outside, so I didn't want it to move and look bad towards the end of the day. So I just set my whole entire face with some powder and just made sure that it looked good the whole entire day. After everything was set, I moved on to one of my favorite parts about makeup, and that is blush and bronzer. I don't know, I just here lately have been loving blush and bronzer, and I just love this step when I do my makeup. So I did apply 2 different blushes. Both will be listed down below in the down bar. Did a little dance, and then I went in with some bronzer. I didn't like contour heavily. I just wanted to make sure that my skin was bronzed and really nice, and I made sure to blend or bronze down my neck just to make sure that everything flowed really nicely. And I just love this part of the makeup process. Then I applied some mascara to my bottom lash line, and this ended up being the finished look. I was again very impressed, and I applied some lipstick or chapstick when we got to the actual area where we were taking photos. Now moving on to the hair, I was rushing really bad at this point because I just really spent time on my makeup and didn't watch the time. But basically I just brushed out my hair, and I curled it that day, and I used my 1-inch clamped curling iron from Revlon, I believe, and I just took I'm going to go with about an inch of hair, and depending on how thick this section of hair was, I did either 10 to 15 seconds on each strand and just curled it. I went halfway down the shaft of hair instead of starting completely at the root because my hair already has enough volume and body, so I didn't need to add any more by curling it right next to the root. So I cut out quite a bit of this curling method because it's the same thing the whole entire way down, and I didn't want to bore y'all, so just, yeah.
And you said you always had my back, oh, but how are we to know that these are the days that bind you together forever, and these little things define you forever, forever. You let it dry. It's been cold for years. Won't you let it
After all of the curling was said and done, I hairsprayed my hair, and I ended up pulling back my bangs and just kind of pinning them with the bobby pin just to get them out of my face and to frame it a bit more. You see me doing it right there, and then that was it for my hair and makeup. I got dressed really quickly and ran out the door to leave for senior photos. But that's all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I would love you forever. I hope you have a great day, and now enjoy some of the photos that were taken. Bye, guys.